Now we have Warren Kavanagh up for a quick chat about all things COVID over the last 12 months and how it's affected him. So it's a pleasure to talk to you again, Warren.
Cheers. Thanks very much for having me. Pleasure to help you.
No bother at all. I suppose after a really strange 12 months, how difficult has it been as a GA player? You know, firstly as a county player, it's been a strange one, something we've never seen.
Yeah, it's crazy. The stopping and starting was hard. That was the most difficult part. Is literally stopping and starting, like the not knowing when you will be back. That's the hardest, definitely the hardest part of the whole thing. Like when it did stop, it did kind of give lads a bit of a break nearly. Like they can nearly take a deep breath because lads are going flat to the boards the whole time, where it kind of gives lads a sense of just being able to stop, take a breath and kind of work on things away from the pitch as well. Like personally myself, I was able to finish out college and grow my own personal business as well. Like, so it was, and I know a couple of lads are kind of building sites and everything like there now at the moment, like getting their houses in check, like, and it's brilliant to see, like, because they have the time to do it. But then again, you want to be back out playing matches and you want to be back seeing the lads the whole time, because again, it's only so much a Zoom call can do.
Yeah, well, look, you know, I suppose what you've kind of hit on there is as well, you know, your target. You know, you always kind of set yourself a target, be it a first round or whatever. You know, you always set that out, and that's been taken away from you. So it must have been very, very difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Usually when you're in a setup, especially like the county, is that like you're getting a certain amount of time and you're ready then in a month's time to have your first game, or then after that you're getting ready for your second game and stuff like that. And you're trying to peak at the right time. Where at the moment you're kind of just maintaining. At the moment it's kind of maintenance, because you don't know when you're going to be playing your matches. You don't know when your first training session together is going to be. You literally just don't know when anything is going to be, and I don't even think the government even know when it's going to be. So as for the players, it's even tougher again, because you're getting to another government announcement and you're hearing that, right, it's going to be 4 more weeks. So you're like, oh God, I'm gonna run the roads for another 4 more weeks. It's going to be tough. And especially with the ground and the pitch and all has been so tough and boggy to run on compared to the first lockdown. It was lovely. But yeah, it's tough, but sure, look, you'll get through it.
Yeah, and I suppose with the split season last year for the GA, do you think it's the way forward for the GA at all levels? Did you see it as a good idea?
Yeah, in the right frame, yeah, definitely. Like last year was tough, and I was only talking to GPA the other day about it, and they don't want this at all the way it was last year. Like the league first, and then back to club, and then back to county. It's very, very hard to get that camaraderie back into teams in such short notice. So they would, and along with us, prefer definitely have either county first or club first, and then go on to vice versa into the next one. You can't be kind of splitting it too much into it, but you definitely need a good split season, because lads are getting worn out at the end. Like you're going back earlier year and buffer as a player, like the stuff you have to do. Like, so definitely time off at the end and a good split season to give everybody, especially the club players, because that's where it starts off, a good chance at getting out there and having everybody together for a good length of time anyway.
Yeah, and I suppose like you've kind of hit on a little bit from someone that comes from a really tight-knit club setup, you know, in both codes. How hard has it been with that no collective training? Like it must be a killer, really.
Yeah, because like, you know, when you go up to county teams, like you do have do have fun, you do have the crack, like at the right times, whatever like that. But like it's more serious. It definitely is more serious. For everything from nutrition down to the small things, but you still do have the crack. But like when you go to the clubs, like you miss the crack more, because they're all family, they're all lads you've been to school with since you were 4 or 5 years of age. You've played with them since you were 4 or 5 years of age, so you know each other, you know everything about each other. So even the slagging will be even more personal than anything as well. So it's always a bit of fun, but you do miss it because you push each other on more than anything. And yeah, you definitely miss it a lot. But we all know we will get there. It will be there soon enough. I don't know when. You don't know whether it's going to be county first or club first, but we all know that because of the last lockdown, there will be hope to be able to play again soon. So that's what's just in the back of everyone's head, is that it will be played. Like, so just have to keep tipping on. We'll see each other soon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and I suppose, look, that has to try and keep everyone going. From a player's point of view, I suppose, and it's so good to get back out there. But was last year when the game started, was there ever a little bit of a worry in the back of your head about maybe, affecting people at home or whatever? Like, it had to be a kind of a niggly worry.
yeah, if you didn't have a small bit of a worry, you wouldn't really be human, I don't think. Like, because you're going up to training and there's the odd lads there, and even when you're in your pods of 15, when you're allowed to, like, that's the good thing, whatever. But then when you're allowed fully back, and because GA was considered elite, as you would call it, like, it was a completely different scenario compared to the way basketball was in America or soccer was in the Premier League in England. Like, they were in their bubble and that was it. Like, where lads were going back to classrooms or were going back to factories or whatever way it may be. Like, so you're coming back then, and then your family was probably working maybe in hospitals or in factories as well. You don't know what way it would be. So you don't know where everyone was or what they were doing. So it was harder to keep it locked down in that sense. But you got on with it. Like 5 minutes nearly into training, like, you were forgetting about it straight away anyway. Like, you're just looking in there again. So yeah, small bit of a worry, but still played on anyway. So
Soon went when the gear went on, did you? But I suppose, look, Eamon Scallon and his team have done huge work with the group in the last number of years. Looking at Kildare winning at Christie Ring, I was involved with there for a few years as well. It's hard to swallow because as a county, like, Kildare wouldn't hold any fear for us, would they?
no, definitely not. Like, it just be every second year we beat Kildare one year and they come and beat us. We beat them, they beat us, but they've gone on even more to see them winning it. That it's more stubbornness that they're like, we're like, no, we can win it as well. Like, we can win it, we can get there. Because like last year was such a weird year that the likes of Offaly, if you looked at it on paper, they should have blown everyone away, really, but they didn't even get to a final. So that's why more so it is the killer. Like, because if we had got to a final last year, it's anybody's, yourself, like, when you get to a final, it's anybody's game. Like, so we are hoping to get back there now this year and get up there and not have any worry about any team whatsoever. And as you've seen what last year held, so who says we can't be there this year?
Yeah, Dehan, I suppose from a player yourself, you're familiar with silverware on both the personal level and with club and county. What's your ultimate goal from here?
Just get back out playing, really. Like, you can, like, when you're winning, you're on cloud nine. Personally and as a team, like, you're on cloud nine. That's just the way it is, and you think it's going to last forever. And then when you're losing, you're the lowest of low. But you kind of nearly forget about the actual satisfaction of actually playing until it's taken away from you. So the fact that we're just looking forward to getting back playing now, that's just the main thing. Like, we'll set goals when we do get back, but the whole thing is just getting back playing together as a team, and then anything can happen then after that.
And I suppose for someone that has came all up through the ranks through Wicklow over the years, what we need as a GA community to bring us to the next level here.
Like, every year since I started, like, when we were younger, you'd be getting hand-me-down pieces of gear. Like, you go on and you travel to all these places and you become to McDonald's afterwards as a kid and all that sort of stuff. It's all changed now, so it's a bit more professional. But every year since I've been involved, it's gotten better and better. Like, the level's gotten higher and higher and higher. Like, it's going to get to the stage now where it's going to be like nearly professional. Like, it is nearly semi-pro at the moment, you can nearly say that, but it's going to get to the stage where it's professional. So when somebody comes in, they have to have a professional outlook on it as well. Like, it's not just coming up like it's underage anymore. It's the next step up again, and it is an eye-opener. You have to be nearly stubborn enough to just want to win, like, and want to get there, like, be competitive as well. it's tough, obviously, when you're looking at other county teams and you're seeing them on the television the whole time, and yet you wouldn't ever see really us on the television, and that's the dampener on it as well. But that's why we still do it, like, regardless. So you just have to have that want to play for Wicklow, and that's it.
Very good. And I suppose with just this year in mind, what's the perfect outcome this year for Warren Kavanagh? I think I know the answer to this one.
Double with the drink tonight. And then worry about things.
Yeah. And I suppose if you could bring 4 lads off for the day when all this is open back up now and after lockdown, who would you bring with you?
I had 4 people on this interview here, maybe. I wouldn't be able to pick 4 people right away now, because I'd be like trying to pick your in at a wedding. So if I left anybody out now, I'd get a hiding down the road or something. So
you're going to pass on it, are you?
That one. Family, maybe.
That's no matter what. Look, thanks a million again for your time and taking the time out. Wish you the best of luck on all fronts next year. Hope everything goes well for you. And like I said, thanks for doing the interview.
No problem at all. Hopefully we're all able to get a lot of fans at the games, and we can have a good bit of good end of the year anyway.
No matter. Mind yourself. Thanks a million.
Cheers, thanks.